Good evening. This is a Mind of Valor. I am Westerfield Tolbert. Today is day 21 of this 30-day challenge and experience. To bring you up to speed, we have been going live at least once a day, every day for the last 3 weeks now, to talk about different topics that fall under the 25 contiguous valor principles. And our theme of asking better questions. And we've been talking about how we can use first principles, mental models, and a thorough question asking to improve our processes and to improve our outcomes in different spaces. We've been going over the value of pulling in people from different expertise, different people who have experience in different subjects, and using them as mentors and understanding the tools they use in their particular domains and how the tools that they use in their domains might be accessible in our own, and how when we take the time to learn about different core competencies from other groups of people, then when we are asking questions about their work, we can ask more thoughtful questions. And when we are asking about how those tools that they are familiar with can be tested in our particular domain, how we can do that and at a high level and know whether it's working or not. So, thank you for joining us on this third week, this day 21. I've been enjoying the series. I've been putting in quite a bit of thought, and the thought has been improving day by day with this test of seeing how well I can improve over this 30-day period with going live and broadcasting, essentially what will be a podcast or what could eventually be a show. At some time in the future, there will be other guests sitting across from this microphone, people who that we can question about their specialties and the work that they do, and learned how to take those tools and apply them across different domains and to be more effective. In preparation for tonight's conversation, was just thinking about some notes, or just thinking about some ideas, and I thought I would share them with you. One, just journaling more often, regularly, and the value of journaling definitely helps with getting ideas out of your head onto paper, and you can flesh out ideas. I would say have a journal that can go with you, and a journal that can live by your like on your nightstand. It's okay to have digital journals as well as ones on paper. I happen to like ones on paper because I can get a little bit more creative in the margins with different colors and different styles of ink, and use my pencil, stickers, whatever the case may be. But journals just really help me to get ideas out of my head onto paper and helps me to organize them better. With that, the question of how do we prepare for success? What steps are we taking to prepare our spaces, our minds for achieving at a high level? That does indeed include getting a good night's rest at night, making sure our health and wellness is taken care of, and that we are supported in a healthy environment. These are all ways that we can show up better prepared for success. Also, a thought that came to my mind earlier today was getting into the habit of completing small tasks. The value of completing small tasks are that they have the potential to compound, and the momentum and the enthusiasm of completing small tasks ultimately leads us to bigger and greater tasks. Completing small tasks are the building blocks or the foundation for larger tasks, because often larger tasks, larger goals are just um, made up of smaller tasks and smaller goals. So these are some of the things that you would potentially be journaling about early in the day. You know, you're looking at a larger task or a larger goal or mission or vision that you have, and you're reverse engineering it and trying to pick apart what are the individual things that you need to do in order to make that larger thing a possibility or to make it a whole. So once you have established what are the smaller habits that you can work in to get these smaller tasks completed, that is essentially you getting into the habit of completing smaller tasks. And the idea of them compounding and the momentum and enthusiasm also compounding just really um, works to just move that mindset in the right direction, move your energy in the right direction. That attitude, that enthusiasm is an infectious attitude, right? So as you're completing tasks, it also works to amplify what you're doing to those people around you. So then you are also becoming a beacon for the very people in your community who are willing to submit their time and their resources to also help you achieve, because they recognize that you're working, and you become an inspiration. An inspiration to one is an inspiration to many, because and then in return, these are the same people who will support your mission, vision, plan, your ideas, because they see you working and you're making some headway. Okay, hey, okay, hey, push the limits of your creativity. I think it goes without saying that if we limit our creativity and our imagination, then what we will have is a limited vision. So just think a little further outside of the box whenever possible, and think in more color, more vibrant sound and texture, and be willing to go with the unconventional as you build up a vision for the future. Narrow your focus. Put the blinders on. Really, this is eliminating distractions. Primarily, I believe when I jotted this one down, it might have been in reference to just the social media and just entertainment distractions that pop up all over the place. Just shows and streaming things and apps. But really, in order to hone in your energy, your focus energy, you got to limit these things. And I've gone as far as to delete apps off of my phone. I don't have the Facebook app downloaded right now. I delete apps that, at least for me, if I noticed that I was spending a disproportionate amount of time in an app and it wasn't work related, I would just monitor my time for a little while. And at the point where I feel like, okay, it's too much, I just delete the app and don't really think much about it. Unless I was using it for work, I can let it go. So narrow your focus and fully appreciate the context you find yourself in. That's the recognizing the space and place and time that you are at, and fully understanding the weight of that space, place, and time, and what it really represents, and what weight that it carries, and how the environment is really shifted by your presence there, and understanding the full context of what your absence from that space would also mean. It will help you to really know how to move and govern your behaviors in that space in the most healthy and productive way. And here, the last note that I had jotted down this morning or earlier today is extract and analyze lessons and draw recommendations from them. One reminder: when I have these um, ideas or these notes, these are things that, as I'm walking through my day to day, I have experiences, and I'm just jotting down these notes to myself so I don't forget them, so that I can implement them, and then I can flesh them out to make them operationalize. So I can operationalize them as processes and principles that I can, make repeatable and draw into habits. So extract and analyze lessons and draw recommendations from them. Um, Ties into the idea that we talked about in the previous day, I think, with like categorize or implement, where when information comes in or you have these experiences, you have to pretty quickly either determine that you're going to use this information, or that you're going to store it away for a later time and use it a different on a different project or on a different interaction. So to extract and analyze lessons and draw recommendations from them is just it's similar to just when something happens, you're immediately learning from it and learning how to use that experience to grow, or that information to grow, or you're compartmentalizing that information and storing it away for a later time when it's more relevant to use and to operationalize, but always with the intent of operationalizing and becoming smarter about the decisions and the businesses and the processes that we are working with and through. And um, considering that is a day 21 lesson, these are just some things that were on my mind, that came to me throughout the day. And I think that it's relevant. It all comes back to another topic that we discussed on day 19, which is our operations and how we build in the systems and processes to be successful, and what systems and processes that we are optimizing and learning how to adjust through as times change, as resources change, and as we refine our values over time. So continue asking better questions, continue to narrow your focus so that the questions that you're asking are very poignant and very relevant, very driven by the context. Okay, extract value and analyze to learn the best possible lessons from whatever experience that you find yourself in, and draw recommendations from them that you can put into practice, and or help give others to put into practice. Once again, as we're in community with other people, they're helping us to identify our blind spots, and as we're in community with others, you're helping them do the same, and you're building up the potential to do more with the communities that we serve, and to do and create more from our interactions and our relationships. So day 21 is drawing to a close, and I want us to just push through at a high level. We have about 10 more days or so on this challenge, and we are drawing our best selves to the surface. So work with me. Let's continue to build community and be in community and create safe spaces for these 25 contiguous valor principles to live and for us to examine them. Feedback is always encouraged as we build out curriculums that allow for folks to thrive within their different core competencies and to pull in what is valuable and significant from other competencies to strengthen the foundation of our own knowledge. Knowledge is power. The application of that knowledge is wisdom. So let us all grow in community together and become wise men and women. 'Tis the plan. All right. Have a great day.